Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a special Championships League presentation. I know that right now the OCS playoffs are going on over on Justin Miyashiro's channel, but got a special little treat for everybody right now. Currently, we are in the middle of the Carl Koenig versus Eric Spixma game in the Championship League. They are in a play-in game, and right now,
Crazy Carl is playing Yoda Commuting.
Yes.
And Eric Basso is playing Court.
Yeah, so this is a matchup that Carl recently he played it in the Corellia League a couple times, and I know his teammates were pretty high on it. But it's good to see that Carl. So right now we're in the middle of Eric's fourth turn during his deploy phase, and we're looking at a board state where Eric has Jabba the Hutt, Lady Proxima, Greedo at the audience chamber. He's got the Jabba Space Cruiser with Mithron Renudo and Ponda Baba up there as well on the Ellis and Hithra, and he just deployed Dr. Shelley Afra to the Boss Nash chamber. But if you look
the reason he's doing this is to go wide to get more damage in, because right now Eric is out damaging him by a ton. Like Eric is doing hardly any damage right now due to the Princess Leia at the site to cancel the drain at the audience chamber. Early in the game, he altered the first of the Scum and Villainy, so this is Eric's second one. So if he can get into the audience chamber and cancel it at some point in the game, that might be it for the Scum and Villainy for the game.
Yeah, and if Eric is able to start retrieving cards with Scum and Villainy, then he can get the other one back. But he did just get Guri back with Afra. My only concern here is Afra by herself, even at the Boss Nash chamber, is still a little risky. Carl might be running stuff like another Mace Windu. But as you can see, like, 3 of his lightsabers are on the field.
Carl's deck also runs, I believe, 2 Nabrits. So that's super risky. I believe Carl's deck runs 2 Nabrits, so I think that's super risky.
And the other thing is, Rose Tico's on the field for Carl, and that's retrieving Carl a force a turn. I mean, yeah, he's paying to drain, but like you said, he's doing a lot of damage to Eric, and Eric's making a move here.
Okay, and the perimeter scan. All right, I like it.
Yeah, that's huge because now Fett can't battle, and
you got to pay 2 for the upkeep.
Exactly. Actually, no, I think it.
No, because the game text comes back, and then you pay the upkeep.
Okay. No, he still has his game text, I believe.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, he just can't battle or do anything like that.
Yeah, he can't battle, may not participate in battles, and he's not allowed to download cards. But that's mostly because of Blizzard 4.
Correct. So now we got Jabba moving over, Greedo moving over.
Yeah, but now Proxima's by herself.
This is not good.
Unless
he's got a stunning leader. Unless he's got a stunning leader.
If he's got the stunning leader, that would be good.
I mean, that would make all of this make more sense, right?
You would think. Like, the other thing is, like, if you possibly can move the Proxima to the dungeon, that protects her a little bit. But, I mean, Carl only has 4 cards in his hand at this point.
That's true. There we go. Move over to the dungeon. Okay.
Yeah.
So now Carl can move over to the audience chamber, pay 4, and cancel Scum for the second time.
True. And it's essentially...
And only give up a drain of 1.
Yeah, I was going to say, the drain of... I mean, it's only a drain of 1 either way for Carl, so I like the idea of moving away.
Yeah. I mean, why fight that? There's no reason to fight that.
Exactly. Yeah, because like you said, if he can pay the 4 force, cancel that Scum again, that's kind of backbreaking for Eric.
Yeah, because that's his second Scum. Most of the decks only run 2 Scums.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Eric's running a third one and just doesn't care. I don't know. But yeah, the way Carl set up, there were no good avenues to attack on. Not really. Not
No.
with the perimeter scan in hand.
Well, I mean, you don't know he has a perimeter scan, so.
No. I get that. I'm just saying, like, in the blind, there's no real good places to attack other than Luke. But
Mm-hmm.
with the perimeter scan, I feel like Carl set that up perfectly.
Yeah, and here Eric's about to take a drain of 3 at the cantina.
Right? Then move two guys over, then cancel scum.
I
I
still
hope.
think he's got to do something about that. The Afra and the Araka. Araka's not retrieving anything, but it's still a drain of 2 there.
Yeah. But he's not in a super big rush. He's way ahead in the damage race.
Mm-hmm. And he's
Court
retrieving.
doesn't Court can't typically beat you by draining.
True. Okay, Eric's going to lose the Stinger, Force Push, and Dengar in punishing one. Losing 2 ships, not necessarily the worst thing for Eric, because I'm not. Okay, I don't think he's got to worry about it because there's a projection of Skywalker.
Yeah, which is what he got with Walkman.
Okay. So you paying attention and me clearly not paying attention. Anakin Skywalker coming down, but Eric has the barrier. Carl is going to grab it. Let's see if he has the canceller. Nope, Anakin
Nope.
is going to be barrier.
I would expect somebody to move over from the cantina now.
Possibly Leia.
Probably Leia. Yeah,
Yeah.
just to blank that whole site right now. Oh wow.
Oh,
Okay.
Carl's still going to fight. Interesting. I don't like this. Like,
This is very questionable, in my
yeah.
opinion, unless you got a sorry about the mess or something.
Well, he would need multiple ones, I believe.
He would need a sorry about the mess for Greedo, because that's the only person it can target.
Well, no. You. Okay, that's wrong. So sorry about the mess targets Greedo in the control phase. You're not
Ah,
targeting. So if you
okay.
hit Greedo here, you might want to sorry about the mess just because it gets that using of the 1, but you need to get Boba Fett off the table.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying you need to do that so that you don't have to pay to swing, and it also cuts down the destiny by 1.
Yeah, but if you get rid of Boba Fett, it gets the Destiny down to.
Yeah, is he debating this? Sorry,
I don't think so, but he's going after Jabba the Hutt right here. Maybe he's okay with just losing Rey, but then you lose a lightsaber too.
yeah, but he can retrieve it with Yoda, but he can't do it right now.
Yeah, he can't do it right now because of secret plans. Okay,
Yeah.
Jabba's going to be hit here.
I mean, I guess he could put the cards in the lost pile on the bottom with communing to get back to
Mm-hmm.
the saber. But yeah, if you don't have a
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
this is
So
a
here's
very
actually I see why he's doing this. Battle. If he gets out battle plan, or if he gets
no
out, even if he gets out.
has already started, man.
Okay, battle plan's on up. Yeah, battle order's out there. But if he gets the coward shield out, Eric's gonna be forced to go somewhere. Like he's not gonna be able to drain,
Yeah.
except for
Well,
out in space.
There's a 1 for Eric. And
Okay,
5.
there's a 5, but yep, it's gonna be redrawn with Luke. Up another 5. So we at
And
least
then this will determine whether or not the Luke redraw mattered.
yeah.
Yep, it
At
did.
3. So that's 9.
That shaved off 2 damage.
So
So that means it's just
just
right.
Ray. And you cleared the site. Okay, that's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
And like you said, he's going to be able to get the saber back eventually with the communing.
Well, if he plays coward here, like you were saying, Eric might not even drain for one.
Yeah. Or I'm sorry, it's not. It's the light side counter. It's simple tricks and
Uh,
nonsense.
Simple tricks and nonsense. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys knew what we meant.
For those who are watching right now, we do have another game going on. It is the Bastion Winklehouse versus Bill Kafer game. I believe they're in game 2 right now. And it looked like Bill took game 1 by 19. So if you're paying attention to that one, how about Taco
And
Bill right now?
Taco Bill taking down MHT and doing really well right now. This is phenomenal.
Let's see. He
I'm really happy for him.
took down MHT, then Joe Olson, and winning, taking game 1 off of Bastion Winklehouse by 19. I believe it was
Bill's
Old
playing
Allies
incredibly
versus
well right now.
Bastion was playing Old Allies, and Bill was playing Sit Your Course. Currently, the matchup is Rops for Bastion versus No Idea for Bill.
Okay.
So,
Wait. Did you say Bill played Set Your Course?
or Shadow Collective.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you got me excited there for a second.
Okay, so we have Eric went ahead and activated, but he also played We Must Accelerate Our Plans to take No Escape into his hand. He then activated the rest, goes to Proxima.
Who'd he get?
Ghana Gleamore.
Got
Okay.
Ghana Gleamwort. All right.
That's a pretty good card for him in this situation.
Yeah.
So Eric does not drain, and we did not see a coward shield. Yeah, you don't want to
He would
pay.
have had to pay 6 to drain for 2.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
not good. And he's only got 10 force to work with.
Yeah, he's not going to do that.
Nope. He takes Boba Fett into his hand, and then he's going to use Jabba's Haven. So here's where that coward, the simple tricks and nonsense, would have came into play. Eric would not have been able to use Jabba's Haven to take to retrieve with like that would have just that might have stopped his entire turn. So here we go, Boba Fett Bounty Hunter coming back down onto the Great Pit of Carkoon.
No.
And
Yeah.
Garrido coming down as well, and Carl has no force, so he's not going to be able to swing a lightsaber.
Anybody else? Anybody else want to join the party?
I mean, he's got 4 force saved. That's what? 3 destiny for Eric. And Cad Bane coming down as well. Ooh, that's not good for.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So that means he's going to cancel Luke's immunity.
Mm-hmm. And you're getting 3 destiny.
And he has a good idea what they are based on the Proxima poll.
Yeah. And if we're tracking around, he should have
A couple of 5s.
a couple of 5s, a 3, and a 1.
Yep.
Okay, he is not going to be able to retrieve here. There's the cancellation of Luke's immunity.
And I'm assuming he's just going to forfeit Fett here because
Yeah.
he doesn't have the force to upkeep,
Mm-hmm.
which could lead to a very big counter beat because he could just lose Anakin here.
Okay, there's the 5.
Redraw that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just going to be Anakin here, which means the other 2 guys are going to be in some trouble if Carl's got more characters.
Yeah, Yoda's hut is going to come into play here. Okay. That's 9. Anakin's only an 8. So
with the Yoda site.
Yeah, that's both.
Yeah, it is both. Well, never mind.
Yeah, Eric tracking around some good destiny there. Again, like you said, he knew
29 power.
29
Woof.
power.
Woof.
Oh,
Oh, and the one, which is a 2.
it's a 2, but you're down by 17. I believe they cover, though.
8 and 8, 16. So them and 1.
Okay. I always forget Luke's an 8, not a 9.
Yeah, no problem. There are
Okay.
many things I don't know about this game either, man.
Okay, so Fett does go to the Lost. And Luke, with his lightsaber, will go to the Lost pile as well.
I imagine the lightsaber will go on top for the easy retrieve.
Well, I mean, if Eric decides to play his Coward Shield here, then Carl's not going to retrieve.
Well, I mean, all Carl has to do is go to another battleground and then go to retrieve and then play a guide to get a use file pull.
True. Okay, so Eric does draw his last card. He has nothing saved. Carl activates, will use his communing. Then at 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 Pacific, we're going to have the Chris Worst versus Nate Lauterbach game. Again, these are 2 play-in games for the Champions League. So, definitely exciting stuff going on today. Okay, there's the Yoda retrieval. Getting back Luke's lightsaber.
Yeah, playing Coward would be a waste of a shield here, to be honest with you. Like he just plays a guy and he's good to go.
True. Ooh, projective telepathy to make him use 2 more force to drain. He will
I
use the
like
2.
it.
Yeah.
He does use the thing.
I mean, it's a drain of 3. Why not?
Yeah.
Like,
I imagine that Eric is going to try to set up with his last shield at some point in the game resistance.
I mean,
If
there's
he
only
can-
one other battleground on the table, and that's the audience chamber.
Right, and
I mean-
I could, depending on what Eric or depending on what Carl does this turn, I could see Eric going back to the audience chamber with Proxima and somebody else.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the only problem
Okay.
there. So the only problem with that is like Leia could easily just blank that location. Now Eric does have Guri in his hand, at least from what I've seen.
Right, which
We'll
means
see.
Leia can't move over. Leia can't move over without
True.
a lot of backup.
Okay, Eric does lose Arsing with blaster rifle off the top of his reserve deck. Fury from his hand, or Furry Fury. Try saying that 5 times fast.
Furry Fury, Furry Fury, Furry Fury, Furry Fury, Furry Fury. There we
Okay,
go.
you got it. And a projective telepathy from his use
Yeah,
pile.
he from the use file, yeah.
So the other thing is like looking at life force counts. Eric's at 18, while Carl's at 30.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. He's so far ahead in the damage race.
yeah, Eric's put a lot of cards on the table. Like, I don't
And he
think
hasn't retrieved at all. He has not retrieved at all, other than the spot retrieval to do that one fight.
and Carl didn't retrieve with Rose that turn. I don't. Oh no, he can't retrieve with Rose. There's no other resistance character on the table.
Correct.
But now Eric's going to be able to drain. He's going to get drains of 1, 1, and 1 out. There goes an escape pod combo off the top. Sense and Recoil and Fear. That's been such a popular card with everybody lately.
He's just playing Hayes' list then.
Possibly.
Hayes played a Recoil and Fear in his list.
I
at
mean,
Worlds.
I've seen a lot of people play it. Like last night, saw a few Sense and Recoils and Fears, and so he initiates the Leia Rebel Princess to put the Sense and Recoil Fear on the top of his reserve deck after the drain at the pit. Eric's going to use his Proxima. He gets a Greedo into his hand. Now, Eric activated everything this turn. He has 4/4 saved in his reserve deck. And Gana Gleamore coming down to the pit, so that's going to essentially turn that damage around in Eric's favor now.
So you have another character to go down to the audience chamber with Proxima.
Well, I don't think you need to. Like, you're turning that damage from 3 to 1 with Gana.
I get that, but you're still so far behind that I don't know if that's enough.
Yeah.
Like you need to be pumping out damage as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
But
now
you need to do it safely. The problem is you need to do it safely.
True, because Carl has an 8-card hand. He's activating. I mean, he's activating 13. It's not a lot, but
it's a lot more than. Yeah.
Okay, so Proxima does move over to the audience chamber, and Eric goes to do his draw phase. I think if you're Carl, I don't think you drain here, depending on what you have in your hand. Hmm?
Yep. If you've got a fighting hand, there's no advantage to draining them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if you take the audience chamber as Carl, Gana can cancel both drains.
True.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Code clear. Yeah, playing the code clearance there. If he's got like a Jedi levitation to get somebody back here, that would almost completely shut off that Rose retrieval.
Yeah, it would.
And if anybody in the chat is currently watching or paying attention to the Bill Kafer versus Bastion game, please give us updates.
I can go check it out real quick.
Actually, hold on. I never mind. I have another screen, but yeah, any updates would be great. Looks like Bastion is ahead by a lot.
Did Bill get cocky and lose the game?
It's not over yet. Okay, Luke coming down to Tatooine.
All right, I'm looking at the other game. It looks like Bastion's got complete control of the game.
Yeah. And it looks like Carl went ahead and drained. Gana Gleamore only canceled the drain by losing 1. Lost a Probot from his hand. Not a bad card to lose, especially with there's only being one other non-battleground location for the Probot to go to. And that's already covered with Shelly and Erica. But I like... And Mace Windu, here we go.
Mace Windu. All right.
Eric does have 5 cards saved, and he does have another barrier, so he has... I mean, he does pay 3 for the barrier, but I think that's going to keep him a little bit alive there. But again, Rose is not going to be retrieving anything. There's Mace's lightsaber.
Eric's down to like 14 cards. Plus whatever's in here. And drain a 1, drain a 1, drain a 1.
Yes, this is on Gemp. Yeah, again, with Eric not paying to drain here, that's pretty good for him. There's the Proxima. Now, Carl lost Control Tunnel Vision. Wisa got a Grand Army, and Lando with Vibro Axe. Losing that one off the top is pretty good. Okay, Eric does not hit an alien with his Proxima, so let's see if he's got anything to back her up with against that Mace Windu. 4-lum Concussion Rifle is pretty good here. Can cancel Mace's game text.
And he's not playing Jedi business, so Mace won't be immune at all.
No, and there's another Boba Fett bounty hunter, but Carl has the perimeter scan.
Yet again.
So, and the thing is, like, even, I mean, you can blast or deflection the shot from 4-lum.
Yeah, you can.
But having that perimeter scan, I think Carl now, or I'm sorry.
Well, perimeter scan doesn't really matter other than the power bonus there, because Mace says that he doesn't add destiny. So if he had,
well, if you cancel his game text,
if you had the blaster deflection for 4-lum, it wouldn't matter.
Yes, I'm saying if you cancel his game text, then I believe Fett can add.
Oh yeah, 100%. But Carl hasn't had to use a blaster deflection yet this game.
Mm-hmm.
So chances are okay that he might have one.
Yeah, and he really hasn't lost any. Okay, so Greedo moves over in front of Mace.
Yeah.
And he will recirculate. Again, he doesn't have wiped them out, all of them, on the table. So him spending the 2 for Fett there means he doesn't have anything saved.
Yeah. Could we see a first strike and some you are beaten or clash? I'm sorry.
Yeah, draw their fire, clash the saber. Sorry about the mess would just be really bad. Like, sorry about the mess on the Greedo. Clash the Proxima. Well, no, I think you clash the Fett.
Yeah, you clash the Fett after you cut him.
Yeah.
But you sorry the Greedo. Actually, I think what you do is you sorry the Greedo and you clash the 4-lum.
Okay, so it looks like Bastion is up 27 to Bill's 13. So it's not over yet, but Bill's still got a lot of work to do.
Yes, he does.
From what I can see right now, he's really not doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But it is on Bastion's turn, so we'll check up on that game. We'll give out some highlights as we can. Okay, Carl runs Mace away.
Still not paying to drain.
And he'll move Qui-Gon with lightsaber over as well.
I guess he never found a Nabrin.
Yeah, if he finds a Nabrin, I mean, it could be really good. I mean, Eric's got a 5-card hand, so, I mean, it is possible he's got his Gick. The other thing is, like, I know Court likes to play the Gick combo, so if he has a Nabrin, that would cancel the Nabrin.
Yeah, and they usually play 2 of them.
Yeah.
Or at least the most recent ones that I've seen.
A little surprised to see Eric play Court.
It's a really solid deck, man. It's got retrieval. It's got some damage. It's just a solid deck. And it's really good for fighting against a lot of different decks that are out there. Mm-hmm. So I do think it's questionable with mains being as popular as they are in the meta right now. But, I mean, it's definitely doable.
And we're 18 minutes away from the Chris Werfs versus Nate Lauterbach game. What we'll be doing is, once that game starts, if this game has not ended, we'll actually go dual screen. It's a little bit tricky, but I think we'll be able to pull it off. And then I'll have Brad over here take the reins on one of the game. I'll take the reins on the other one. And then
Well, remember, I don't have OBS on this computer, so
no, I'm saying you just watch one game. I watch the other.
yeah, I can do that. I was planning on watching and commentating on the worst game, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, and then I'll join you after this one ends.
I may or may not have some insight into the deck he's playing.
Okay, so we got drains going on. Drain it now. Hada. There goes a loses the Jedi Council Chamber from his hand. Loses drain Boss Snatch Chamber as a speak from hand, and then Wisa got a Grand Army from hand as well. So let's see what Eric's going to do here. I mean, he's facing down 2 Jedi Masters right now, and there's Vulcan Tazeri. Not a bad card.
What does he do?
So I know he adds at the pit. He adds 1 to the Force Rings of the pit. While present at a site unless hit, your other characters here may not be targeted by lightsabers, may not target Luke with weapons. And he's just going to move over. So right now the game is Carl's paying to drain for 1 essentially, while Eric is paying, or he's not paying to drain for
3.
For 3. And he's just stacking up that pit.
Is he going to move Proxima back over?
Nope. Proxima's staying. I mean, who does who does Carl have left?
That's true.
Like, he lost Anakin. I know there's a Rey in the lost pile as well, so it's a little tricky. Okay, so he does pay the upkeep on Fett.
Eric just slowly grinding this game out.
Yeah. And Eric is currently down on time by a little about almost 12 minutes. Yeah, Proxima cannot go outside. If she does, the sunlight burns her and she disappears. I don't know. We have not seen the farm yet, Kendall.
Which is weird considering he plays Seeking.
Yeah. Okay, there's the neighbor in Leeds. See if Eric has something to cancel it. Yep, there's an Uta Guta solo. Neighbor Leeds. So he does it in the activate phase. Now the thing here is, I mean, he could have, he would use the 4 to cancel the Scum and Villainy because Proxima would not occupy the site because of Leia. And now the other thing is, if he runs away from the pit, that's a drain of 2 there for Eric.
Yep. Like I said, Eric is slowly grinding this out. It looked really good for Carl early game, but Eric is just masterfully coming back.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there he pays for the drain at the Cantina, but Gunnick Leemort says it's not a drain of 3, it's only a drain of 1.
Yep.
Eric still has 12 cards in Life Force 4 in hand. Carl, on the other hand, has 20 in Life Force 6 in hand.
I don't know that the differential is going to swing in enough in Eric's favor, but he's certainly giving it a really good try.
Mm-hmm. And checking up on our other game, it does not look good for Mr. Kafer at this point. Bastion has almost completely taken over Scarif. He's got 3 out of his 4 sites occupied on Ralatir. The only reason he's not flipped is because the 10 of 4 is currently at Ralatir, but it is looking really good for Bastion at this point. Bill has 11 cards in his life force to Bastion's 25.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Bill has to do 6 more points of damage, but unfortunately,
That's all he has to do.
that's
So
all
I
he
would
has
be
to do.
paying.
But he's not doing any damage. That's the
I would
thing.
be paying to drain whatever I had to do.
Yeah. I mean, he can drain. Checking out, let's see. He can do the point of damage from a drain at Ralatier, but like the other thing is Bastion has 4 cards in hand.
Okay, so he's got to do 10 damage.
Yeah.
Well, that's not looking good for Mr. Caper.
Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, checking it back in our game. Mace and Qui-Gon have moved back over to the audience chamber after that possible neighboring leads. But again, Eric had the canceller. He activates. He's got 12 cards in his life force to Carl's 16. But Carl is going to lose some force from his hand. Again, he drains for 2 at the pit. Loses 2 speaks with the Jedi Council there.
Carl's got to do something to fight here soon. Because this is getting, I don't know, like he's not really doing any damage right now.
No, he's not. Okay, there goes a Luke Skywalker, the Last Jedi, and a Mace Windu from hand. Proxima checking the 3 cards of Eric's reserve deck. Again, does not hit another alien.
And unfortunately, we have no idea what those destinies are.
Yeah. But if you're Eric, why fight into this? Or why like try and do anything here? I mean, you're slowly whittling Carl away. I mean, Carl can't fight that stack there, and he can easily just give up the audience chamber. It would only be
I think you just move Proxima. I think you just move Proxima over, and then if he,
interesting, Jango Fett down to Cantina, but again, he's not going to be able to fight here because Leia's there right now.
Yeah. Well, I anticipate a Guri coming at some point.
True.
Or a different alien, or a different. Actually, he could move over 4-LOM, right?
But if you move over 4-LOM, then you move Leia over. Like, you just keep moving her around.
Yeah. But you're still not taking any damage.
Okay, Greedo moves over.
I'd move 4-LOM and Boba Fett, and then move Proxima over to the non-battleground.
So, I mean, he's got 4/4 save, so he really can't move anybody except for 4-LOM and the Proxima to do that.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay.
So, like, Cad Bane can't move over.
It's okay. You don't really need Cad Bane there.
No.
You just need Boba Fett, Jango Fett, Greedo, and 4-LOM.
Yeah, you need the 4-LOM.
Yeah.
And I think Eric's looking at that right now, like, what am I doing? I mean, I like your line of play there. Like, I think that's the right move.
Oh, he didn't move.
He didn't move. Okay, so I think he's just...
What is he doing?
I don't know.
Stunning leader?
I hope. I mean, he saves 1 force.
Again, this is where...
Now, if Carl has the sniper call, sorry about the mess here, hits Proxima, and then he can pay for it to cancel the scum and villainy. I mean, Leia
I'm not sure how important the scum and villainy is, because he hasn't retrieved it all the entire game.
True. Well, I mean, it's important because of the deploy costs at this point.
I agree, but who else is he going to deploy?
Good point.
Like, really?
Yeah. Yeah, Imperial Barrier is grabbed. Eric has grabbed an altar combo and nothing else. Okay,
Well,
Carl's checking
Carl,
out his destiny.
the only other interrupt Carl has played was Nabrin. And
Yeah,
he's got so many cancelers for Nabrin, there's no reason to grab it.
yeah. I mean, if you're Carl, well, okay. I mean, if he comes down with like Guri here next turn, that would hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what is Carl going to do here? Where is Carl going to go?
Yeah.
Sure, he can drain through those guys, but next turn it's going to be a pain in the butt
Well,
because
yeah,
you're going to have another droid coming down.
yeah. Okay, so he does drain. He drains for 1 again with Organic Gleamort. Eric has 10 cards in Life Force at this point.
Now, if I could just say something, if he does have a stunning leader, that is super risky because I believe this deck plays impressive, most impressive, and sense recoil.
He's we've seen him play the Sense and Recoil, and he got one back with a Leia. So
Yeah.
I think you're right. Okay, we have a finish.
There we
Okay.
go. Cancel the stunning leader.
Oh, yep, like you said. That's not good.
He's probably got a Gek.
Hopefully. Or else this game is over.
Hopefully for who, though?
If you're Eric, hopefully. Okay, he draws a 0 for his first Destiny. Interesting to see the Death Star 2 Chasm.
He's got 3 swings, though.
Well, the only other thing... So he's got 3 swings, but he's only got 2 Force saved in his reserve deck.
Yeah, I'm really curious about the Death Star site.
Same.
Like, how do you get that out? Other than just use power pulls.
Yeah.
Is there a card I don't know about that you can play without having like my father before me?
There is a card that pulls it. I just can't think of it off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's the card that you have to have. I am your like my father before me on table to play.
Yeah.
It's like Our Only Hope or Rebellion Hope, whatever. It's the one with Obi-Wan, the Obi-Wan image on Dagobah that they play in Hitco and the Luke saga now.
Oh, Master Yoda. Okay, he's going to fire Mace again at Proxima, so he's not going to get any Battle Destiny.
I think cutting off the forfeit is more important.
Yeah. Okay, that's going to do it.
He could also recoil here to recirculate and then draw a Battle Destiny.
That's a good point. I like that. Yeah, you hit Proxima, sense and recoil the fear, try and get the Gick out of his hand.
Yep.
That would be a spicy play.
I mean, that's what I would do if it were me and I had the sense and recoil.
Okay, he does not do that, so no Battle Destiny. Eric draws a 5. That's going to become total power for 7 for him. So he's still down by 5, though. So if he's got the Gick...
It's all good. If
It's
he
all
doesn't
good.
have the Gick, it's not all good.
Yeah. I mean, he would be down by 13, so he'd be at 8 right now. Hand and
Yep.
life, if he doesn't have the Gick here.
And so will be canceled.
But he has the Gick. Okay, so now if you're Carl, what do you do?
I think you cancel Scum.
And then move Mace and Qui-Gon over to the pit? Sorry, we lost you for a second.
I said I think that's a good play. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you now.
Okay.
But yeah, I think you're right. You want to cancel Scum just so he doesn't retrieve anything.
No, he didn't cancel Scum. He just moved over.
Well, Eric's got 2 cards in his hand here. If he comes down with Guri at the Cantina, yeah, there's no. Kendall's pointing out, like, there's no real need. Like, the biggest thing is the retrieval. Eric's not going to be able to pay for Guri. Well, he should be able to pay, but he would need to say. So that's 6. So you have 4 destinies.
Yeah, he has to pay for Guri and save like 4 battle destiny.
Yep. So that's why it's not needed for Scum. Okay, Chewy's going to cancel Garridos' game text. I like that. Okay, so again, we should be starting up on the Chris Worfs versus Nate Lauterbach game here momentarily.
All right, I'm going to go back out to.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and check and see where they're at. And just to confirm, Bastion has defeated Bill Kafer today. So Bastion, our OCS finals will be the number 1 seed, Justin Desai, against the number 3 seed, Bastion Winklehouse.
But congratulations to Bill on a great run.
Oh, yeah. Like, our top 4 was really good. Like, Gavin and Bill defeating, like, coming out as, like, 2 lower seeds. I think it's the first time in the OCS we've ever had, like, 2 9 or below seeds in the final 4.
They're both very skilled players.
Okay, ooh, P59 coming down. That's big.
All right, the worst game is starting.
Okay, so let's go ahead and... Okay, right after this fight, we'll...
Oh, wow. It is...
Actually, I was gonna...
It is Senate against Y40.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
And it's Senate pod racing.
Okay, so... Go ahead, and we have our dual screen up. So on the top left is this game. On the bottom right is going to be the Chris Worfs versus Nate Lauterbach. Chris Kelly was asking in the chat for them to wait, but they did not.
So for those of you seeing the worst game, this should be interesting. Killer Bees were throwing around ideas for how to make clouds work, and I came up with a Senate idea because Vascal Yeast Ring does damage at cloud sectors because they're nebula locations. But the only way to start planetary rings was to start the pod race or start according to my design.
And I will say this:
you don't really want to start the Emperor at non-battle.
That's not Y40, sir. That's Masasi base operations.
Oh, it's Masasi base operations.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. Well, this should be interesting.
Okay.
Chris has got a lot of retrieval.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun game.
It is going to be a fun game. I guess Nate really put him on Set Your Course.
Yeah.
I guess it didn't help that I played against Nate like twice with Set Your Course and stomped him both times when he was playing mains.
So again, like I said, top left is your Eric versus Carl match. Bottom right is Nate versus Chris. So we still have a fight going on.
So Chris plays Squabbling Delegates to get Yeb Yeb a Demthorn to start doing ping damage. Which could be really huge because if he gets a key card off the top early with Yeb Yeb, then the whole point of sorry, I almost called it Y40 again, Masasi base operations is going to go down the tubes. Like if he gets the Death Star Trench, oh my gosh, it's just over.
So Eric does draw a 5 for his first Destiny there. He Carl cancels it, draws a 5 for the second one, and draws another 5. So that's 2 5s back to back. It's almost like he's channeling his inner Justin Desai. And Carl draws a 1 for his Battle Destiny.
First Padres Destiny is a 4, orange free top. So that's actually a 7 on Sebulba's.
I'm surprised he didn't cancel the ability for Nate to draw there.
I don't think it matters. Nate's probably not going to draw there.
True. Okay, let's see. Eric loses Boba Fett, Bounty Hunter, and P-59. Carl loses Rose Tico. He's going to have to lose the BB-8 here. Eric is going to capture the BB-8. And probably going to lose Chewie as well. Nope, he's going to lose Leia, Rebel Princess. I don't know if I like that.
You have a trigger in?
Oh, I mean, you can still cancel. He'd draw 2 Destiny there. Or, yeah, Eric would draw 2 Destiny. But, I mean, you can use Chewie to cancel Greedo's game text. So, I guess it's not terrible.
Yeb makes a gold leader and gold 1 lost, and then plays a Coruscant Guard.
Yeb's so fun.
Yeb is so fun.
Especially
when you can retrieve like 17 force a game.
Yeah. Okay, so we do go into Carl's turn. Checks out his Destiny. Life Force counts are 12 for Eric and 14 for Carl. Carl does have 3 cards in his hand. Eric has 1. And I think that 1 card in his hand is a Guri. So Chewie cancels Grievous' game text.
Nate's activating about 8 force.
Exactly 8.
Exactly 8.
I love the planetary rings on the Naboo.
Yeah, man.
Corran Horn coming down to the Cantina has a little bit more power. And we have another fight. Luke takes a swing at Jango Fett. Draws a 4. And another 4. So Django's going to be hit. Let's see, does he have anything to get rid of the Django here? He does not. Nate plays Projection on the Senate and Rebel Fleet. How about that as a card?
This is going to be a great game, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay. Carl does draw a 4, bring his total up to 20. Eric draws a 5. Luke will cancel it, and then we should see some more 5s here.
Worf is going to go get another senator. Who'd he get? Let's see.
Baskel. Eric draws a 5 for the second Destiny. Again, he canceled the first one with Luke, and draws another 5. So that's going to be 20 to 17. Greedo should cover it.
And we just want to say a big thanks to everybody for watching on a Saturday morning. Hope you're enjoying the games.
It's been a fun Star Wars afternoon. Like, we've had the OCS playoffs game. Now we have our 2 final Champions League play-in games.
Chris draws a 5 for Ace Destiny. Ooh, there is a Fly Casual.
So there goes the Django, and there goes Garrido as well. BB-8 will escape to the use pile, so that's going to actually be good for Carl because that gives him one more point of life force and gets him back a trackable pi times 2. And Eric's just going to concede at this point. So
Wow.
Carl Koenig will advance into the big games.
Well, congratulations to Carl. I think he played great.
Like,
That was
definitely
a
a fun match.
It was a really hard matchup for Eric. Just the way Carl's deck was built and how
Yeah.
it goes against what Eric was doing. Like anytime you're playing Cord or CCT and you see Speak, you're just going, oh my God.
Okay.
Finally gets out a Cloud Sector.
So, how do you get the cloud sectors? Is it the planetary rings?
Yes, it is. And it has to deploy on the system you want the Cloud Sectors to go to. So
Okay.
the only way to start it is either to start Naboo and a pod race or to start Senate and Naboo and the pod race.
Interesting. Thank you, Bill, for continuing your subscription. Sorry to see you lose to Bash and Bill, but holy crap, you had a hell of a run. You definitely,
congrats, Bill. Like you killed it.
you definitely showed us why you're on Joe Olson's top 25 list.
I think you might move up after this.
I think so too.
And certain people who are announcing this game will probably move down, like myself. If I'm even on there.
Okay, so Nate gets out more Yavin Force sights. Again, right now, Worse is not doing any damage to Nate, with the exception of Yub Yub. Huh?
He's doing Yub Yub. That's all
He's
that
doing
matters.
Yub Yub. Yep.
Like, this is a slow roll deck.
Again, for those who are interested in the Champions League, on Monday, sometime in the afternoon/early evening, Bill Kafer will be announcing the pods for all 24 players. We are down to our final play-in game, Chris Worth versus Nate Lauterbach. The winner will be in the Champions League. Okay, Nate taking his time. He does move, so he really doesn't do much there. He just moves into his draw phase, and it looks like he's going to draw some cards.
Maybe Chris will start putting cards back with the Senate objective.
Possibly. I was going to say, like, is he playing Monarch or anything like that?
I don't believe so, unless he made a change since I talked to him last night.
It's always a possibility with Mr. Worse.
Anything's a possibility with Mr. Worse.
Very much so. Let's see. Nate in the chat is saying he can't believe he let Chris Kelly talk him into this. Chris Kelly, would you like to rebuttal that at all? I don't think Chris is in the chat.
Is Nate allowed to be in the chat if he's playing?
Well, no, I'm saying no. Nate isn't, but I'm saying is I want Chris to rebuttal that.
Oh, he's saying it in the game chat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was saying it in the stream chat because I got in trouble for being on a stream that I was playing in one time, and like I've never done that since. Like I just don't watch streams anymore when I'm playing.
Okay, Worf's doing his lot dot action, deciding on what he wants to take here. He's got 10 cards in his force pile this turn.
He really needs to get the rest of his activation set up.
Chris, I want you to make a list on what are the best feelings in Star Wars CCG. Like, we know what your favorite feeling is. I want to hear like your top 10. Or at least your top 5. Okay, Nate,
Oh, he draws the Death Star.
he draws the Death
for
Star.
race Death- Okay, that sucks.
Well, I mean, does it? Because I mean, worse
It
isn't
does,
really.
because he's got to make worse win the race at some point, is the way he's playing. And if that's the case, then like right now, worse is just going to sit up here at 24, 23,
23.
24?
Yeah,
Yeah, 23.
yeah. Until
And
he's
just
ready to
casually
retrieve.
win and just win the race whenever he's ready. And
Yeah.
Nate has to stack like 10 cards there just to make him do it.
Yeah.
And we get another shield pull.
Yep. He pulls the race shield, so he won't lose anything to the race.
Yep.
But like you said, like this is not going to be a very interactive game from what I'm seeing.
We will be at one point in the game. As soon as somebody blinks first and plays a starship, it'll be over.
True. I just want to see the Death Star being blown up. Okay,
You and me both.
There goes Yeb Yeb. Yeb Yeb will make. Chris is going to lose a U3PO from his hand, and there goes an escape pod combo off the top of Nate's deck.
Over Cam, excellent.
Yep.
Okay.
Getting that. Yeah.
Chris is getting the activation he needs.
Well, I mean, he's going to have clouds out the wazoo soon, right?
I hope so, if he remembers to pull them.
Yep, he remembers to pull them. There's another clouds. So the Naboo clouds. If you control, adds 1 to a force ray in a related site.
We're not using it for that.
You're using it for Baskel, right?
Correct. That's the only point of the deck, is Baskel at the clouds.
And we have our first starship.
That's an excellent starship to have at a cloud sector.
And there's Mr. Baskel himself. So the starship deploys -1, power +3 at the cloud sector. Permanent pilot is OS-72-2, who provides ability 2, adds 2 to power, and at a cloud sector, may draw 1 battle destiny if unable to otherwise. He's only got a forfeit value of 2.
Yes, he does.
That's terrible.
That's why you play Gig.
That's terrible.
I'm just saying. But that's a very good ship at a cloud sector, man.
It is. It's okay, but I mean, it's terrible.
The ties only have forfeit 2.
Oh my gosh, those ties are terrible.
They are terrible.
They're deploy for 4.
Yeah, but they draw a destiny on their own.
I mean, Nate has an 18-card hand at this point.
I'm not worried about it. Chris isn't.
Because you're not playing.
That's true. So one thing that's nice about these ties is that you can Talon roll very effectively at the cloud sectors, because all starships are power -2 at the cloud sector.
Okay.
So I'm assuming it's a combination of barrier and Talon roll and the one that makes them immune to attrition and power +2.
Okay.
That's what I'm guessing at. That's what I'm
And
guessing at.
we have another war room.
Yep. Another war room. We only have one.
Oh, that's the briefing room. There's General Dodonda.
Yep.
So for those who are watching and paying attention, for Nate to flip, I believe he has to flip. He has to control 3 Yavin 4 sites. Opponent controls fewer than 3 Yavin 4s. So he does flip there. Now he can just start deploying. He can take, during each deploy phase, he can take 1 Rebel Tech, Death Star system, attack, run proton torpedoes, and all the other fun stuff. So definitely, this is where it's going to get spicy.
Yes, this turn is going to be spicy.
I
I
mean,
think the next 3 turns are going to be spicy, to be honest with you.
true. Obviously, Worfs is on the Killer Bees team, and I would love to see him win. But the fact that Nate is playing MBO and attempting to blow up the
I
Death
got to
Star,
give props to Nate. I got to give props
Yeah.
to Nate for playing an off-meta deck that is good against what he thought Worfs might play.
yeah, it's great.
Like props to Nate. And props to Chris Kelly for suggesting it. I think it's probably an okay meta call.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on what Chris is actually playing, of course. But I don't hate it in this matchup.
No, neither do I. Plus, it's just fun. I love fun Star Wars.
Like this is so anti-meta, both sides.
Like, don't get me wrong. Watching Bill and Bastion play, and it was fun because it was 2 high quality players. Like, and I think almost everyone was rooting for Bill, just because it was the underdog story. I could, like, even people who are on Bastion's team. I think
Bastion
we're like,
doesn't have a team.
He's got a team. Like,
He doesn't.
him and Emil or Emil or I so often butcher his team. They're part of the European division of the KTOD.
Okay, I didn't think Bastion was with anybody.
Well, I mean, Bastion helped out and gave him like Justin pointers. So,
Well, of course.
but
that's because Bastion's a nice guy. That's not because he's on a team.
true. Okay, so now we're into Worf's turn. Again, he's not going to be able to force drain, but let's see what he does. Baskel's on the table, so he should at least do some damage with Baskel.
Yep. And he's activating enough to afford to drain now, even if it gets canceled.
I was going to say,
he's got to force the issue.
Yeah. And Nate does have an 18.
Maybe not.
Nate's got an 18 card hand. Okay, there goes Kashyyyk. Man, he does drain.
Let's see what he's working with. B-Wings. Oh, this is going to be
B-Wings.
bad.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Bad for Nate. This is going to be really bad for Nate.
Maybe he's not playing
Because
all B-Wings.
Chris is playing 6 interceptors who shoot twice.
Hey, no spoilers.
Oh, okay. No spoilers?
No spoilers. He does sack a 6 on the Race Destiny, so that's 2 6s there. Brings him up to 12.
That's not a reason to win the race, though.
No. Okay, there's Yeb. Worse will not make it go lost. He does do it. He uses the objective. 2 cards go back into Nate's use pile.
was played perfectly. That was played perfectly because he had to make him put a card from hand on the rebel fleet and lose a card from hand to the Bastille Day. So now he's only got 14 cards as opposed to 18.
Yeah.
If he had done it first, then Nate would probably have lost from other locations and might not have canceled the drain. There's another TIE fighter.
Another crappy TIE fighter.
They're not crappy, man.
This one, oh my gosh, this one comes down for 5.
4, because it's
Okay,
minus 1
4.
to a class.
And okay, gets 1 more power, but very crappy. Arica comes down to the headquarters. Oh no.
Okay.
Attack run is -4 if Darkside occupies.
Yep. That was a good play.
Carl, we did not have fun watching you play because I'm lying. Okay, we had fun watching you play. But Erica,
I thought Carl, you played great. Carl, you played great. Like he had the answer for everything you did, but you also had the answer for everything he did. So you played great.
Okay, so now that Arica's on the table again, attack run is going to be -4.
We'll see if he's playing EPPs. If
Activates 13, so he does save 2 cards in his reserve deck. Okay, and there's a control and tunnel vision.
he's probably trying to set up the attack run, unless he's got EPPs. If he's got EPPs, this could be really bad for Chris, unless he's got the GIC.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, like, can you really set up the attack run right now? Because with Arica there?
Well, I mean, it depends. Like I said, if he's got EPPs, he could clear them off and set up the attack run for next turn.
Yeah, but I mean, if he has EPPs, why save only 2?
That's a good point. I guess he doesn't have the EPPs up.
Well, we'll see what he's got. He uses General Dodonda. He misses on the Dodonda pool.
Well, that sucks.
Well, I mean,
Well, he lost the gold leader in gold 1.
True. Okay, there's the Death Star.
He was just doing it to check his destiny, I guess.
Yeah, there's the Death Star. There's the trench.
Spicy, spicy.
Here we go. Aim high, so once Werfs wins the pod race, he'll retrieve 6, but he's going to have to pay for it. See what Nate's going to do here. The Death Star and the trench are on the table. Haven't seen the attack run yet, and no starfighters either.
Yeah, we haven't seen any starfighters other than that one B-wing that got stabbed.
Yeah.
But he is playing 2 copies at least of Fly Casual. So maybe he's got the Tidarium, maybe he's got the Tantive. Yeah.
Yeah. Either one of those would be pretty good here, because then you can just go straight to the Death Star and throw a shuttle down or throw a starfighter down and start the attack run. So we'll see. There's the attack run.
He's also got squadron assignments.
Yeah. There's another Fly Casual.
to deploy Luke and ship over there.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, Worse has a barrier. How evil
I
is
made sure
that?
I made sure we put 2 of those in.
How evil is that?
It's gonna get better next turn.
I don't want it to get better. I want to see a Death Star go boom.
I don't know that that's gonna happen this game, sir.
Okay, there's another B-Wing. Why not just deploy the B-Wing from the rebel fleet?
That's a good question. I have no answer to that.
Okay, there is a proton torpedo.
But that's less than good because you have to do your ability on the attack run.
Yeah.
And it's -4.
So let's check out our attack run. Move up to 3 starfighters for free. Can follow with 3 ties. Identify lead starfighter with the proton torpedo. Draw 2 destiny. All starfighters move to the Death Star system for free. Total destiny is X plus Y minus Z greater than 15. Total ability of lead pilot or 3 if targeting computer just aboard.
There's no targeting computer.
Yep. Total sights at the rebel base.
2, right?
Huh?
It's ability 2, right?
I believe so.
That B-Wing is?
Yeah, that B-Wing is ability 2. -4.
So that's 2 plus 4 minus 4. So it's 2.
Even if he has 2 6s, that's only 14.
Yeah, there's no way he's doing it. He would need 2 7. He would need 2 7s.
Yeah, he would have to control here because that would make it 15. Okay. So he does move Riken over, so it's going to add 1.
That's not going to do it.
That's not going to do it. So it's a 4.
That might do
8, 12.
I think you only get 1 or 2 from the site.
Yeah.
That he moved over to.
Yep. He had a 15.
But it has to be greater than 15.
It has to be greater than 15. He missed it by 1.
Wow.
How big is that barrier there?
That barrier was huge.
I'm going to say well played by Worse, but holy crap, we were that close to a Death Star going boom.
We were.
Now I wish I was using the newer, the GUI.
Yeah.
Just so we could have seen like the animation that is in there, because I don't think I've ever seen a Death Star blow up on the GUI.
Really, I haven't seen it.
Nate is questioning. X was 2, 4.
Worse is really good at math. He's a math teacher, so I'm sure math he will explain the math.
So let's see. So may add 1 to Worse is pointing out the -4 for Erica.
Yeah.
Because I believe the B-Wing, all the destinies are +2, so.
But it's not a weapon destiny draw. It's a epic event draw. I don't think you fired the proton torpedoes, or is it like CPI where you fired the proton torpedoes?
Yeah, you fire them.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah.
Because let's see, draw 2 destiny.
Just drawing a bunch of cards. Okay.
Yeah.
And now Worse basically activates most of his deck.
Yep. Got 18 force to work with this turn. Battle plan is on the table, so if he wants to drain, he's going to have to pay for it.
I don't think he's going to drain this thing.
What?
Maybe he will. I
I
don't
was gonna
know.
say I think you drain at the headquarters because there's a 2 there.
Oh, okay, I can see that. But he really needs to do something about Luke and the B wing.
Yeah.
I can think of some very good solutions that he has in his deck for those 2 cards.
Is it Is it a interceptor with tie cannons?
That's one option. There are other options. Maybe not now that both of those ties are on the cloud
There we go.
sectors, though.
So pretty.
You on the GUI?
Oh, I'm on the GUI.
Let me come watch the GUI.
No, you don't. That's all good. I know it's not what everybody likes to play on, but when it's streaming, and especially when there's like the possibility of a Death Star being blown up, you gotta use the GUI. Again, thanks to everybody for watching today. We're gonna need a token for this entire stream. For the first one, let's go with what was the big card that?
Or the Val Gangster. Or
No.
Speak. Speak of the speak. Or I must be allowed to speak.
No, those are like
Projective.
projective
Perimeter scan.
perimeter scan. Perimeter scan V. So first token, our token 1. That's a really good one.
Because that came into play so many times in that game.
Yeah.
And it was devastating each time.
I wouldn't say devastating, but it was definitely impactful.
It slowed down what Eric wanted to do every single time.
Yeah. And then we'll definitely have another token here in a little bit. Right now, I would say it's leaning towards barrier, but barrier's kind of boring. Especially
I'm sure we'll have other options.
I mean, when we have what 4 purple cards on the table, and 2 of them and 3 of them we hardly ever see. Yeah, I'm leaning towards like something like the Death Star Trench, Attack Run, the Blue Squadron B-Wing, Sebulba's Pod Racer.
You can also do planetary rings.
Planetary Rings, that's another good one. Clouds? There's so many good ones on the table. I love it.
MVO.
Yeah.
I think we got to pick a card from whoever wins this game.
Yeah. We're still thinking about what he wants to take with Lot Dot.
Probably should have done that before he drained, but okay. Unless he's got everything in hand.
Yeah.
Got to remember, it's also 8 a.m. for him there.
No, it's 8:30.
Like, I don't think I would be playing this well at 8:30 in the morning.
That's fair. How about Bastion? Right after he wins his game, he goes and plays in the Gemp Foil League.
Yeah.
Like, guy has dedication.
Yeah, he does. He loves the game. He loves winning. And when you're as good at Bastion and you love the game that much, that's something you can do relatively well.
True. Okay,
Interceptor.
so clearly I did something. The new GUI is not working for me again. So
The one because it's about to get really spicy.
yeah, sorry about that, everybody. So he did take out. So let's see. He did use Baskel to get rid of an intruder missile. The Boonty Eve pod race occurred. Drained for one at the clouds, lost rapid fire from his hand, make it legal, put 2 cards back.
He's playing an interceptor and a gun.
Yep, he's got the interceptor and a gun, and Dorsch
And we
will
have a
concede.
concession.
Nate will concede to Werfs. So,
A big congratulations to Worst for advancing.
yep,
Congratulations also to Nate for playing a really hard game.
yeah.
I know this wasn't what he was expecting to see, but I think he did the best he could in the given circumstances.
And
So
our second
and
token,
he was so close to blowing away the Death Star.
Yeah.
He was so close.
he was. Our token for our second game for this game is going to be Planetary Rings. So, but thanks for everybody for tuning in. It has been a great hour and a half today. Go out, play games, enjoy yourselves on the rest of the weekend, and tune in on Tuesday for
Just have
Bill.
time.
I was going to say tune in on Monday for Bill's picking out the pods for the Champion League, and then Tuesday's Holo Theater.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the games, and we enjoyed commentating for you. Take care and have a great day.
Yep. Bye, everybody.